करते अभी की ऊंचाई के समय 24 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर चुका है। अब तक के आंकड़े को देखते हुए हम कह सकते हैं कि लैंडिंग पूरी तरह से नॉमिनल है। यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं कि हॉरिजेंटल वेलोसिटी लगातार कम होती हुई दिख रही है।
The downrange that has to be traveled during this phase is 713.5 kilometers.
जी हाँ, अभी आप देख सकते हैं कि लैंडर की हॉरिजेंटल वेलोसिटी लगभग 720 मीटर प्रति सेकंड हो गई है। लगभग हम ये कह सकते हैं कि 900 मीटर प्रति सेकंड वेलोसिटी को कम किया जा चुका है। At the same time, we can see the altitude of the lander is just 17.8 kilometer from the moon surface, which is going to be around 7.4 at the end of the rough braking phase.
इस फेज के बाद हम जाएंगे towards the attitude hold phase, where we will be expecting sensor update from the laser and car band altimeters. We can see the visualization of the lander module moving towards the moon's surface. The current altitude is nearly 15.2 kilometers, and the distance traveled is 754 kilometers. We can also see the image that the lander imager camera has been providing.
जी हाँ, इस रफ ब्रेकिंग फेज के दौरान 800 न्यूटन के चारों थ्रोटल इंजन अपने कार्य को पूरी तरह से अंजाम दे रहे हैं और लैंडर के हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी को लगातार कम कर रहे हैं। अब तक लैंडर लगभग अपने 75 से 80% की यात्रा को पूरा कर चुका है।
Phase is being driven by the autonomous landing sequencer, and there is no intervention from ground.
जी हाँ आरुषि, अभी आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकती हैं कि जो करंट आल्टीट्यूड है चंद्रमा के सतह से लगभग 10 किलोमीटर के आसपास है। जी हाँ, हम अपने जी हाँ, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी हम सभी का उत्साहवर्धन करने के लिए दक्षिणी अफ्रीका के जोहानसबर्ग से जुड़ गए हैं।
Yes, we are privileged to have with us Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has joined us from South Africa's Johannesburg to encourage us.
जी हाँ, आप ये देख सकते हैं एल्टीट्यूड होल्ड फेस भी बहुत ही आसानी से लैंडर फेस ने पार कर लिया है और अब फाइन ब्रेकिंग की शुरुआत हो चुकी है। अभी हम ये देख सकते हैं कि लैंडर की ऊंचाई लगभग 5.6 किलोमीटर है, जो कि इस फेज के उपरांत लगभग 800 मीटर हो जाएगी।
We can hear from the mission operations team that the sensors are performing nominally. And we are currently in the midst of the fine braking phase, which is going to continue for 3 minutes. And the altitude is going to be reduced to nearly 800 meters at the end of this phase.
जी हाँ, जैसा कि आरुषि जी ने बताया कि लगभग 3 मिनट के उपरांत लैंडर की हाइट लगभग 800 मीटर वर्टिकली होगी और यहाँ पे लैंडर की हॉरिजेंटल वेलोसिटी, वर्टिकल वेलोसिटी, इवन डाउन रेंज भी लगभग लगभग शून्य होगा।
We can see the visual of the lander module, and we can see that the downrange traveled is nearly 831 kilometers.
जी हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि लैंडर की ऊंचाई अब चंद्रमा की सतह से लगभग 3 किलोमीटर से कम हो चुकी है।
We are very close to the moon's surface, nearly 2.6 kilometers, as we can see.
एक किलोमीटर के आसपास है।
We are nearing the final phase of the power descent, which is going to be the vertical descent phase or the local navigation phase.
जी हाँ, अब हम फाइन ब्रेकिंग वेव्स के एकदम करीब आ चुके हैं। हाँ, आप तालियों के गड़गड़ाहट से सुन सकते हैं कि हम लोगों ने तीसरे चरण को भी बहुत ही सफलतापूर्वक हासिल कर लिया है और अभी हम वर्टिकल डिसेंट फेज में आ चुके हैं, जिसकी शुरुआत भी बहुत ही अच्छे ढंग से हो चुकी है।
Lot of applause indicates that till now the performance has been nominal. We are in the vertical descent phase 1. The altitude is being brought down from 800 meters, and we are nearing and approaching the lunar surface.
जी, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि लैंडर का हाइट लगातार कम होता जा रहा है। इस समय हम लैंडिंग साइट के जस्ट ऊपर हैं और इस समय इसकी ऊंचाई लगभग लगभग 600 मीटर के आसपास है। इस 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 फेज के दौरान लगभग 150 मीटर के ऊंचाई पे पहुंचने के बाद लैंडर अगेन लगभग 20 से 22 सेकंड के लिए हॉवरिंग करेगा।
We are above the landing site. The horizontal as well as the vertical velocity is now being constantly reduced, and the lander module has begun its descent towards the landing site.
जी हाँ, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं ये जो पथ निर्धारित किया गया है, लैंडर पूरी तरह से उसी को ही फॉलो कर रहा है। इस समय हम लगभग 200 मीटर की हाइट से भी कम आ चुके हैं। अब हम ये देख सकते हैं कि हम लगभग लगभग 150 मीटर की ऊंचाई पे हैं चंद्रमा के सतह से।
Which will have the lander module hovering at nearly 150 meters above
जी
the
हाँ,
lunar surface.
जी हाँ, आप इस तालियों के गड़गड़ाहट को सुन सकते हैं, जो कि सेकंड हैवरिक फेज के कंप्लीट होने के बाद इन सारे वैज्ञानिकों के द्वारा की जा रही है। जी हाँ, आप अगर फिर से ध्यान से देखें तो एल्टीट्यूड पुनः कम होता जा रहा है। अभी हम लोग लगभग 135 मीटर की ऊंचाई पे हैं।
The sensors that are updating at this point are providing confirmation of the safety of the landing site.
As expected, the retargeting is going on, and this is a very good signature for the lander. अभी आप ये देख सकते हैं कि लैंडर की ऊंचाई लगभग 65 मीटर के आसपास बची हुई है।
Currently, only 2 engines are now being fired, and we are nearly at zero velocity, vertical and horizontal. We were hovering, and now we are approaching the moon's surface.
धीरे धीरे लैंडर की वेगमान को कम किया जा रहा है और हम अब लगभग 50 मीटर से भी कम आ चुके हैं।
We can see the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who is here to encourage us, and he is critically looking at the visuals.
जी हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम लैंडर मॉड्यूल
People are applauding. Let
लैंडर
us all
मॉड्यूल
wait to hear from the Secretary, Department of Space and Chairman ISRO, Shri S. Somnath.
लैंडर मॉड्यूल पूरी तरह से सेफली और सॉफ्टली चंद्रमा के सतह पे लैंड हो चुका है। ये हम लोगों के लिए बहुत ही गर्व की बात है। हिंदी में एक कहावत है कि चंदा मामा दूर के, लेकिन अब हम ये कह सकते हैं कि चंदा मामा अपने घर के।
बहुत ही उम्दा. The hard work of the entire ISRO community has come to fruition.
आदरणीय आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, नमस्कार. Sir, we have achieved soft landing on the moon. India is on the moon. Sir, I request our Honorable Prime Minister to address us and bless us. Thank you, sir.
मेरे प्यारे परिवारजनों, जब हम अपनी आंखों के सामने ऐसा इतिहास बनते हुए हो जाता है, ऐसी ऐतिहासिक घटनाएं राष्ट्र जीवन की चिरंजीव चेतना बन जाती है. ये पल अविस्मरणीय है. ये क्षण अभूतपूर्व है. ये क्षण विकसित भारत के शंखनाद का है. ये क्षण नए भारत के जयघोष का है. ये क्षण मुश्किलों के महासागर को पार करने का है. ये क्षण जीत के चंद्र पथ पर चलने का है. ये क्षण 140 करोड़ धड़कनों के सामर्थ्य का है. ये क्षण भारत में नई ऊर्जा, नया विश्वास, नई चेतना का है. ये क्षण भारत के उदयमान भाग्य के आह्वान का है. अमृत काल की प्रथम प्रभा में सफलता की ये अमृत वर्षा हुई है। हमने धरती पर संकल्प लिया और चांद पर उसे साकार किया। और हमारे वैज्ञानिक साथियों ने भी कहा, इंडिया इज नाउ ऑन द मून। आज हम अंतरिक्ष में नए भारत की नई उड़ान के साक्षी बने हैं। साथियों, मैं इस समय ब्रिक्स समिट में हिस्सा लेने के लिए दक्षिण अफ्रीका में हूं, लेकिन हर देशवासी की तरह मेरा मन चंद्र
Hello everyone. So, what a great news that today humans have become successful in landing near the South Pole of Moon. What a great achievement by ISRO, and it's a great day for all of us. And on this auspicious day, let's take one more small step, and we're ready with the rule books of IRC 2024 and the drone competition, which we are going to start by the name International Space Drone Challenge 2024. And as it's an inspiring day, so let's do not wait and proceed to the rule books. So let me present those to you. So as most of you might be aware about the dates of the next year's competition. So next year's competition is going to take place from 24th to 29th of January in presidency, like after presidency, now it's this time in PhD College, Coimbatore. And this will be a second edition after the COVID-19 pandemic that the competition is taking place. And last year we got a lot of advice from the teams about the changes in the rules. We have implemented some of them, whereas we have kept some of them on the hold. And the major change of this year's rule book is that we have allowed the drones in the competition for IRC. So the teams, they are allowed to use the drone in any one missions out of the 4 missions of the finals. So that is going to be the major change. The 4 tasks which we had last time, the astrobiology expedition, autonomous expedition, reconnaissance and delivery operation, instrument deployment and maintenance, they have been kept same. There hasn't been much change there. Apart from that, we have removed the presentation for the autonomous task because we feel that it is important to perform the task first. Last year we have cases where some teams, they performed poorly in the task, but they got good points in the presentation part. And especially autonomous is a task where most of the teams have not been able to score as much as they score in other tasks. So these are the major changes. Now let's delve more into these details. And so the first thing, as you know, since last year we have not been including the points of qualification in the finals, so that remains the same. There has not been any change in that. And the score for the finals, there are slight changes in those. Rest, I think it's only in the autonomous that we have made some change. The rest, they remain the same. Now coming to the team selection criteria, though we have seen that there are certain teams which are having even 40-50 members in the team, but we have not put any cap on the number of members. For next year IRC, all of you can participate, whether you are 50, 40, even 60. So it's up to you. And even if you are like in single digit, as far as the registration is concerned, it will start tonight, and you can see the changes on the website visible soon. I think maximum by 8 p.m. So you can proceed to the registration part. Plus, this time we have capped an early bird offer also. So teams which register early, they get some discount in the fee for the finals. The system design and development review remains the same, except the one fact that we have reduced the length of the video from 5 minutes to 3 minutes. And the teams which we expect to qualify for the finals are 26. So, like, this is one more team than the previous team. All the deadline submissions, they remain mostly same. Like last time, it was December 1 for the confirmation of the participation, and November 20 for the submission of SDDR. So it remains the same. Now moving to the other things, the one major change which we intend to do, though we did not make it mandatory this year, is regarding the faculty advisors. Last time we saw that there were many teams which had the faculty advisor for the competition. So we recommend teams to come with the faculty advisors, though we have not made it mandatory for this year's event. Now, yes, the details regarding finance, they remain the same. There has not been any change as far as the budget for the team is concerned. The one catch in the drone part is the teams which are participating with the drone in IRC, they can also participate with the same drone in the space drone challenge. So they don't have to build a different drone, because we have kept the task for the first edition of that drone competition quite easy. So basically it has like 2 tasks of 10 to 15 minutes each. So they don't require any work. Plus, we did not give any dimensions and weight limits to the drone. So weight limits remain the same. Like it's up to the team. It's their choice, and dimensions also. But from next year onwards, we plan to keep some weight limit of around like 5 kg, but not this year. And for the rover, we have increased the weight of the rover from 60 to 65 this year, and the overall weight can be up to 85 kg, including the different modules the rover is using. The dimensions have been kept same, length and breadth 1.5 meter into 1.2. We did not give any specification for the height. You have all the freedom there. The batteries, other things, they remain the same. Antennas, there has not been any change on the antennas. Communication requirements remain the same. Now in the finals, just like last year, we have like for the field events plus some presentations. This time, the one major change which we are planning to do is some of the presentations can be taken before the finals, like which are possible, so that we have enough time in the finals for the field task. Because last time there were certain teams which suggested to do those presentations before the finals, so that they don't have to rush for the presentations at the last minute, and simultaneously some of them had to participate in the field event as well. So to avoid that, we have kept some presentations before the finals. The laws for the interventions, they remain the same. There has not been any change there. Astrobiology expedition, everything remains the same except the fact that we expect teams to present their science plan 1 month before the finals. So basically, you can expect that thing to happen somewhere around the late December. And in the finals, when their task is complete, after the completion mission, they just have to submit the readings. There won't be any presentation in the finals. Now, reconnaissance and delivery task, it remains as it is. There's not even a single word change here. Autonomous expedition remains the same. And so is the instrument maintenance and deployment mission. We had made some changes in the project implementation management assessment regarding the format. So the format will be informed to the teams in the month of September. As far as the business plan presentation was concerned, we have added one more component to it, the partnership part. So the format for it also will be revealed to the teams the next month. So these are the lump sum changes in the rule book. So I suggest all of you to go through the rule book as early as possible so that you know what all things you require in the rover for the IRC. And as you all of know, that last time selected 20 teams for the finals and 18 of them came. So this year we expect more teams to come, but the number which we have given 26, we don't know whether it will be same or there might be some change in it. So try to score as maximum as possible in the qualification so that you don't have any danger of losing out from the finals. And apart from it, now when I see the timeline for the competition, it is around, now we are in the late August, you have around 3 months, the proper 3 months, the month of September, October and November 20, around 3 months to complete your reports and submissions. And we expect teams to do it better compared to last year. We were not very happy with the way they did the reports and even the videos. So to improve those things, we will be planning to keep some workshops in between or some sessions on the best practices which teams can adopt. Because we have seen there are some teams which have really good rover, but the presentation part is somewhere they are lagging. So to cover those things, that's what we are thinking. So maybe you can expect those things in the month of October, like 1 or 1.5 months before the submission of the submission of the SDDR. Now, the teams which are planning to have their drone with the rover in the competition, so they'll have to include the technicalities and other details about the drone in their SDDR for the rover. So you should not limit it just to the rover part. So that's the one point you should keep in your mind. And the last date for the registration, we have kept it October 15. But if you register before 15 September, you get some discount in the fees in the finals. So remember that point as well. Otherwise, we have seen in the previous years that there are many teams which are late in the registration. And though we have allowed in the past, if there are teams which are 1 or 2 days late, we have allowed such teams. But this time, please don't expect any of such things from us. And even if you are late by a day, we won't be able to accommodate that. Now, apart from this, let's talk about the location. Last time it was in Bangalore. This time it is going to Coimbatore. So there's not much difference in the location. I think it's just 300 kilometers, and the city is well connected by air, by railways, and by road. So, but I would suggest you to start planning your journey at least 1.5 months before the competition, so that you don't have any last-minute hiccups, especially related to the rover. In the past, we have seen that certain teams they were unable to properly get their rover at the competition, and it got stuck in customs or some other regularities. So to avoid those things, it is important for you to plan it well. And even same goes with the accommodation. So the place where you are going to live for those 4 to 5 days, it is important for you to book those as soon as possible. The day you get qualified for the finals, you should just rush to those things. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to find something near the competition area. Plus, this time you might have observed that we have added one more day, extra day, uh, to the dates of IRC. So the reason for that is that we are having a drone competition as well. So our plan is that from 27th to 29th we will have the drone part, and from 24th to 27th we will try to complete most of the rover part, and the presentations for the rover and other things can take place after that. So that is a rough estimate of the timeline which I am giving you. It doesn't mean that these things will happen as it is on the field, and we expect this time to have simultaneous task happening on all 3 days, on all first 3 days of the rover competition. Last time we limited it to just the second day, uh, equipment servicing and the autonomous were the two which used to happen simultaneously. But this time our plan is to have science as well as the uh, reconnaissance task having simultaneously with the other task. So basically, it means that there might be even two or even three teams participating together at any given point of time, because the field which we are getting this time is going to be uh, larger compared to last year. It's going to be somewhere around 7 to 8 acre in area, so that's quite huge. So we will be able to manage other tasks easily. So yeah, that is the one point which you should keep in mind. And the sequence of the task, most probably it will remain the same. So we plan to start with the science task, but as I mentioned, we might have simultaneous task on day one itself. So some teams might get some different tasks uh, apart from the science task. So basically, you can expect any other three tasks, whether it is autonomous, whether it is instrument and maintenance task, whether it is your reconnaissance delivery task. So any task can happen on day one. So there is no hard and fast rule for to this year that we'll have this task on day one. So the team should be ready for all the tasks. And as far as day one is concerned, the 24th, we will just have the opening ceremony, which is going to happen in the afternoon. But teams should complete their registration, their on-site registration before the opening ceremony. Last time we had some cases where teams they came late, and some of them were unable to complete the registration. Some of them had genuine issues, like the exams. But this time we want to complete everything on day one itself, so that we don't have any issues on the next day when the competition should take place. And on the final day, which is 29th, we expect to complete everything by 7 p.m. So the announcement of the results, uh, you know, the closing ceremony, everything will get over at maximum by 7 p.m. So while planning your journey back to your institutes, you can book the flights and the railway tickets, after 7 p.m. So make it at least like 9 p.m. or something, so that you have like enough buffer to reach the airport or station. So yeah, these are the major instructions which I wanted to share, because last time was the competition, like was a different competition, because before that 2 years competition did not take place because of COVID. So it was a different experience for most of you, and most of you were participating for the very first time. So from our side, we were also quite lenient. But this year, as most of you have some experience of participating in the competition already, and we are also back to the rhythm of a physical event, so we expect things will go a lot more smooth compared to the previous year. And yeah, these are the major changes which you see as far as IRC is concerned. The drone competition, there also I mentioned it will have as two tasks, the navigation task and the other one is science task. In the science task, we have just given the simple, uh, things to do. For example, to photograph the sites, various sites, and to do some atmospheric analysis. And we completely understand that it's the first year and the time is also quite limited. Teams have only around like 4.5 months to develop that drone, and a submission again for the drone will happen in the month of November. So it is going to be a tight schedule for you guys. So the tasks are quite simple, and in the navigation task, you just have to locate some coordinates and just find the best possible route to reach those coordinates to the land route. So basically, you are just guiding a hypothetical rover there. So those are the two tasks which we have kept. And the dates for submission for drone and rover both are same, 20th November, and we expect to release the results for the finals by 30th of November, or maybe maximum by 1st of December. And for the drone competition, we don't have any qualification. So any team which has a working rover, they will qualify. And we did not mention the limit of number of teams also there. So as many teams as they register, they can qualify. So there is no such limit like IRC, like we want 20 teams or 15 teams or 10 teams. So there will be able to accommodate more teams because the number of tasks are quite less. It's like just 2 tasks, and the time per task is also half of the time which we spend in IRC. So it is going to be 10 to 15 minutes per task. So it's easier for us to accommodate more number of teams there. So yeah, these are the major points for IRC. If you have any queries, you can approach at the website, and you can have FAQs there. You can go through those FAQs. If your doubts are not clear there, you can approach us on irc@roadchallenge.org. That's the only email ID which we are going to use for IRC. As far as space drone challenge is concerned, for that you can approach us on contact@roadchallenge.org. And there also we'll be updating the FAQs within next 2-3 days. And everything will be live maximum by 8 p.m. tonight, and the dates and other things will be updated by today midnight. So yeah, so these are the things which are like new and which you should pay your attention to. Apart from this, we have observed that there are teams which don't read the rulebook properly. So it's important to read the rulebook properly so that you can design a better rover and design a rover specific to the competition. Otherwise, it gets quite difficult to score points there. So yeah, so these are things which are worth mentioning. Rest of details you get from the rule book, and I think that's it from my side. And I expect more number of teams to participate this year compared to the last year. So that's what we hope for. And once again, congrats to you all for fantastic landing of Chandrayaan 3. And we hope that the Pragyan rover will achieve all its objectives and will be a great success. And last 1 week or so was quite exciting. We're waiting for the landing, and I think the next 1 week is going to be even more exciting because Pragyan rover will be active, and it also becomes the first rover in the world to explore the area near the south pole of moon. So that's quite an achievement, and I hope that we'll have so many such missions coming up in the near future from all the different countries, and even the space aspiring countries which are still aspiring to launch their vehicles, spacecrafts to the moon and other planetary bodies. So they will also be successful. So on this note, I would like to conclude today's session. And as I mentioned, we will be regularly meeting on monthly basis now with some insights how to make the SDDR report, the video part, and how to keep in mind certain things which helps you in deciding the design of your rover, how to keep it simple. So yeah, so these are the things which I just wanted to mention. So okay, see everyone, thank you.